Fox News alert. It took 2 months and a second assassination attempt for the Secret Service to finally admit it almost got Trump killed in Butler.
The Secret Service has the main responsibility of building the site plan. We cannot abdicate or defer our responsibilities to others. The Mission Assurance Review has identified deficiencies in the advanced planning and its implementation by Secret Service personnel. These employees will be held accountable, and this agency has among the most robust table of penalties in the entirety of the federal government.
Okay, so employees are going to be held accountable. Are we going to get the names of these agents that almost got Trump killed? No.
You said we were now moving into the accountability phase of this Butler investigation. You did not want to discuss names of who might be punished, so to speak, but can you give us more detail, at least maybe how many people would face punishment or repercussions for what happened in Butler, at what levels of the organization those people represent, and what level of punishment, again, they may face?
So, again, I can't comment on this. This is a personnel matter that is still pending. What I will tell you is that I have not asked for anybody to retire.
How are we supposed to trust the Secret Service to investigate themselves if they won't even tell us who they're investigating? Thankfully, whistleblowers are leaking. The New York Times is reporting the lead agent in charge of security at the Butler rally is Meredith Bank. Primetime looked all over the internet for information about Meredith Bank. No photos, no bio, it's all gone. Now, we don't know how qualified Agent Bank is. Was she one of the female agents that former director Kimberly Cheadle was promoting with her DEI agenda? We don't know. Was she one of the female agents that was promoted even after failing tests? We don't know. But Butler was a test, and she failed it. A local SWAT team commander says there was really no direction for Miss Meredith Bank. Secret Service asked for 2 snipers, but never told Butler officials where they wanted them posted. So when locals said, hey, Agent Bank, there's a roof with a direct line of sight to the stage, should someone cover that? Bank passed the buck, said some other unit probably has it covered. This jives with what whistleblowers told Senator Hawley.
This individual, the site agent, the lead agent, was known to the Trump campaign to be inexperienced, to be ineffectual, to be, frankly, incompetent at their job. Well, I'm also told by whistleblowers that on that day, she was not enforcing the normal security protocols. She was not checking people's IDs. She did not use Secret Service agents. Most of the agents there that day were not Secret Service agents. They were Homeland Security agents. And get this, Jesse, most of them had never worked a rally before. And yet this is who she chose to staff the event with, and she didn't train them or integrate them. From top to bottom, it was a total disaster.
During the walkthrough, locals thought Meredith's team was disorganized. Locals notified 2 of Meredith's female agents, saying they didn't have enough assets to secure the AGR building. Meredith's agents told him, don't worry about it, we have it handled. But obviously it wasn't handled. And the question is why? Where were they? Obviously, never showed up. Those 2 female agents were named by the New York Times. Mayasati Perez and Dana Dubray. They're already lawyering up, which is weird. And one of them has retained Mark Zaid. Secret Service agent Dana Dubray has hired the attorney who represented the CIA whistleblower in Trump's first impeachment. The Ukraine phone call. Joe Biden's CIA buddy who worked with Adam Schiff to trigger impeachment hearings? Yeah, him. He was also the attorney for Vindman, the brother, the Ukrainian army officer who went to war with Trump. He's been involved with litigation around January 6th, Hillary's emails, Princess Diana's death, and even the JFK assassination. Some have accused Zaid of being a CIA plant. Why is a Secret Service agent involved in the Trump assassination attempt hiring an anti-Trump deep state lawyer? What's his agenda? He told Primetime, my role here is to simply ensure fingers are not pointed in the wrong directions and only the true facts emerge. So that's Butler. Now let's go to West Palm Beach, where the Secret Service is congratulating themselves for a job well done.
The former president is getting tactical assets. He's getting everything that the former president that the current president has with respect to Secret Service assets.
If he did, the golf course would have been secure in West Palm Beach. Can you tell people what's going on with that?
No shot was fired at the former president. The former president was not exposed to where he was on the golf course. And what I've said, and I said this Monday, that the procedures work, the redundancies work, so that high level of protection is working.
A Ukraine fanatic with a scoped rifle getting this close to the president isn't working. What's changed from Butler to West Palm? Agents didn't man the roof, and then agents didn't man the gaping hole in the fence.
Why did no one within the U.S. Secret Service sweep behind that fence line for threats?
They were sweeping ahead, Nicole. So what I just explained is that that lead element was going ahead, sweeping.
But was there anyone behind the fence where the road was, sweeping there to see if anyone was in the bushes?
Having been there and seen the vantage point, whether they were on the public side or the private side, the bottom line is the individual was detected.
Trump got lucky again. But he's not a cat. He doesn't have 9 lives. No one's been fired. They're hiding agents' names, stonewalling Congress, and asking for more money and patting themselves on the back. And now a suspicious anti-Trump CIA whistleblower lawyer is defending Secret Service agents. There's something they don't want us to know. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.